So the future forms in English are several, but we are going to discuss the most common ones. We can start by saying that we use several future forms for several purposes. We can talk about predictions, statements of facts, things that happen. We can talk about intentions, we can talk about arrangements, and we can talk about scheduled events. With scheduled events, it is strange and different from our own language, but we can also use the simple present instead of the future. So, let us start talking about predictions and statements of fact. So, we can say that the auxiliary verb will is used in making predictions on simple statements or facts about the future. So we can say, for example, that the sun will rise at 6:30 tomorrow. I'm using will. It is a prediction. It's something I am going to expect. Lunch break today will be 10 minutes together, longer than usual. I can also say that in the year 2050, all students will have their own computers in school, meaning this is a prediction. If you help me, I will help you, meaning this is a conditional sentence. We studied the topic in the last unit. And again, it is a prediction. You help me, I help you. You help me, I will help you. Do you think she will come soon? Is it your prediction? In your opinion, will she come soon? You won't pass your exams if you don't start working harder. This is another conditional sentence which also becomes a prediction. Then it says, I know my parents won't let me go to the party. And will it snow for Christmas? And finally it says, I know she's sick, but will she be back in school tomorrow? So, in these sentences, in these statements or facts, if I say, for instance, that the sun will rise at 6:30 tomorrow morning, it is a fact. I am stating a fact. Then, intentions. So we can talk about intentions because an intention here is a plan in the future that you have already thought about, a plan that you have already conceived. And here are some examples. If I say we are going to buy a new car next month, it means we already planned that and we're just telling you now. I'm going to work in a bank when I leave school. So, it is my plan. I have previously considered this option. In the new year, I am going to stop eating so much junk. It is another resolution, another plan for next year. I'm just telling you now. He's not going to the dance. He's got too much work. So he already made this decision. I'm not going to watch TV until my science project is finished. Then, are you going to play basketball after school? The question is, have you planned? After you leave school, after you finish school in this case, to play basketball. What are you going to have for lunch today? What have you thought? What have you planned to eat for lunch today? So, basically the difference then is that I use will, I will, if I make the decision right now, at the time of speaking, in this precise moment. Again, I see something I like, I see the price, and I say, wow, it is so cheap. So I say, I'll buy it. I'll buy it, meaning I'm making the decision as I speak. But then I say, well, no, I have been saving up for quite a few months. Then I can say, I am going to buy it. If I am going to buy it, It means this decision was made some time ago. But if I say I'll buy it, it means I'm making the decision right now. That's why, for example, when you have a phone call, you say, I'll take this. I'll take this. I'll take this. Meaning, I have decided to answer right now. But then I say, hey, we're going to be here in a meeting, but somebody's going to call me, so I am going to answer. That means I have already planned for this phone call. Then we continue here with the arrangements. For arrangements, it is interesting to note that we can use the present continuous, the present progressive tense, to talk about arrangements. An arrangement is a plan for the future that you have already thought about and discussed with someone else. That would be the big difference. For example, I say, I'm meeting my mother at the airport tomorrow. That means I have probably talked to her and we have agreed on that. So I say, I am meeting my mother. Our grandparents are visiting us this Christmas. It means they have called us, we have talked, and now we're waiting for them. Sorry, I can't stay after school today. I'm playing tennis with Jan Sick, meaning probably I talked to this person before and I made the arrangement. My sister is going to the dentist tomorrow. Of course, she talked to somebody else to arrange for that appointment. I'm not returning home for the holidays, so I can come to your party after all, meaning I have planned for this, I have talked to somebody about it, but still, I am free. Are you doing anything on Sunday morning? Is this your plan for Sunday morning? Do you know if he's going to the dance with Micah next week? So that means they have already talked about it. Finally, we can talk about scheduled events. For scheduled events, you want to think about an appointment book, you want to think about a bulletin board, something in which events are scheduled. And if you use that, you need to use present simple for this. So, it is usually used to refer to future events that are scheduled outside of our control. We don't control that. For example, hurry up, the train departs in 10 minutes. Nobody planned, you didn't plan for that. I didn't plan for that. Somebody else made it and posted. So I just need to adapt to this plan. The train departs in 10 minutes. The sentence is in simple present. I leave Frankfurt at 5 o'clock in the morning and arrive in New York at midnight the next day. What it means is that somebody else planned for this trip, the itinerary, the time of departure and arriving. So what it means is that I just need to adapt to this schedule. For example, she has an appointment with the headmaster after school today. The headmaster told her the time she could meet him, and now they're going to do it. There's no need to hurry. The next train doesn't leave for another 30 minutes, meaning they have planned this to happen and we are going to adjust to this plan. Finally, when does the meeting begin? Somebody planned for the meeting to begin. I don't know because it hasn't started yet. It hasn't begun. So all I'm saying is that when does this meeting begin? Meaning I'm using the simple present. So you want to remember we have will be going to, present progressive, and simple present for tenses to talk about future forms. And I'll see you in the exercises. Bye bye.